This is America's country home, the Nashville Network.
Live from Music City, USA, it's Nashville Now. Our guests tonight are trumpeter Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass and the Little Wild Band from Minnesota, Shotgun Red.
Well, Red, you've really done it this time.
Hey, here, I thought I was going to get you, Ralph, and they made you one, too. That's not fair.
Boy, am I glad I don't have to salute you.
I almost had him.
And this officer is to observe and follow such orders and directions from time to time as may be given by the governor of the state of Tennessee or other superior officers. In other words, you have to do what they ask you.
No problem, Ralphie, no problem.
And you know how to spell bivouac?
Bivouac?
How about maneuvers?
Maneuvers?
Yes.
Let me see. M.U. Hoover, I think.
Yeah, M.U. Hoover will be Colonel Red. Hey, that's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
I think
You know, you've been an astronaut. You were an astronaut. You drove in here in a semi, and now a tank.
Well, I told him tanks, Ralph.
Yeah, I know you did. And that's how. And they took you literally, didn't they?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we'll get some music into this show.
Ooh.
How about Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass? Here they are. The one in the red jacket. That's Danny Davis. Danny, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ralph. Nice to be back. Hey. Thank you.
Hey, how are you?
Fine. I got my Christmas coat on for you and everything.
That was Holiday for Brass, wasn't it? A variation on David Rose's tune, Holiday for Strings. I love that tune.
Yeah, it's it's a fun thing to play. And,
I would think you'd be out of breath after having played that.
Well, a little bit, but I'm coming around.
You ever been around a tank before? Been around tanks?
Well, I was tanked once,
Oh.
but
You're going to do shotgun red jokes tonight?
They didn't give me stripes for it or anything. No, I've only been around tanks when I did USO tours during the Second World War. And I've played, believe it or not, I've played on top of, well, at that time it was a different tank. I guess it was a Sherman. Wasn't it before the M1s?
Yes,
the Sherman was
tank.
a big tank. And we used to go into camps to do USO shows.
Who were you?
And we did a few of them.
Who were you with at that time?
At that time that we did the thing on the tank, I was with Gene Krupa.
Was this during the 1940s?
Yes. I was only 7.
Where did you do the shows?
Well, let's see. At one time, we toured the entire 2nd Air Force, which I'm going to be a little dusty on actual details, but the 2nd Air Force encompassed the whole center of the United States. And we did shows as far north as in Illinois. And I remember Childress, Texas, because Childress, Texas is where we did the show on the tank.
I didn't know until this moment that you played with Gene Krupa.
Well, I did. Yeah, I did. I was just a kid. I really was very young.
How many other big bands did you play in?
I played with Gene Krupa, Hal McIntyre, Freddie Martin, Art Mooney, Sammy Kaye, Blue Baron. About now, somebody asks, what's the matter? Couldn't you hold a job?
Yeah.
You know.
You were in the Art Mooney band with another rather illustrious singer?
Jane Morgan.
Didn't you sing and play trumpet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Jane Morgan was a singer in the Art Mooney band.
That's not the one I'm thinking about.
You're thinking of Ed Ames.
No?
Oh, they were all there.
worked with
The
Ed?
Ames brothers were. Art Mooney had the.
No,
at one time.
this one went on to host a television show.
No, that was with Freddie Martin. I know
Oh.
who you're thinking about. With Freddie Martin's orchestra, I had a roommate named Merv Griffin. I don't know what's happened to him, but he should have done something in this business.
Well, the two of you were the big band singers then.
He was, well, Merv was the baritone soloist with the band. Also, Merv is a much better than average piano player. People don't realize that. And I was a tenor in what was known as the Martin Men. That was the group. And Merv had it all together then, and he really has it all together now. Nice guy, by the way.
So whose band did you play in before you became a record producer?
Well, actually, the last, I stopped playing in bands. Freddie Martin was the last band I played in. And then I started producing records.
Let me go back for a second. Weren't you on a big hit record by Art Mooney?
I'm looking over a 4-leaf
Yes.
clover. Yes, I was.
Were you the...
Oh, we all sang.
that was a gang sing.
It was a
wasn't
gang sing, and then that was one of the real highlights of my classical musical career. And then
Classical musical career?
I'm looking over, and then the band. Okay, Terry, I hear you. And then I also had another very highlight, classically trained thing that was very difficult to play called "Cruising Down the River" with Blue Baron. That was a jewel too.
Were you were on the record then?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Did you just play or did you sing?
We all sang. It
Yeah,
was another
because as
gang
I
sing.
recall,
Somebody might remember a record a number of years ago called "You Were Only Fooling."
While I was falling in love.
I was the soloist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whose band was that?
Blue Baron.
Yeah, Blue Baron, that's an interesting story, but I don't have the time at the moment to tell you. If we get time, we'll talk about him.
Good boy.
We have on tonight's show not only Danny Davis and his bright red coat and his Nashville Brass, we have an interesting group called Golden Spear. That's a group. We have Spec Rhodes here. Remember the Porter Wagner appearances by Spec? We have Tom Grant and, of course, Shotgun Red. We'll be back.